Welcome to Invitation to a Conversation. I'm Pamela Bailey. Today I have Marcus Arbery. We're going to have a conversation about the post-trial of the convictions of the murder of his son, Ahmaud Arbery. Good evening, Mr. Arbery. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Miss Bailey. How you doing?
I'm good. And am I pronouncing your last name right? Is it Arbery or Arbery?
Arbery. It's Arbery.
It's Arbery. Okay. The first question I would like to ask you was, what was your reaction, your first reaction when you heard the jury selection was 11 whites and 1 black?
The God I pray, I wasn't worrying about it because God already had done told me that it was already done.
Okay. So did you have a chance to see the juries or look at their questions that they were given about how they answered, that they were going to answer to?
Not really, because the prosecutor did a good job laying all the evidence out.
So, so what was your whole thing when you walked into the jury and you heard Kevin Gall reference to transformative justice because they had the buttons and the picture of John Lewis saying "Good Trouble"?
Oh, that's just another way of hiding racialness. That just was a racial thing. He was trying to use all that defense to trying to get a mistrial because he know he was losing this case and they know they had no ground to win this case. So he was doing everything in his power to get a mistrial. You know, that was just a racial thing with him. You know, that whole group of lawyers they had were racial. I'm just being real with it. And coming out their mouth with it, black people would open their eyes and see that they were racial lawyers.
Right. So they picked the right lawyer for based on their perspective and characters of people. They picked the right lawyers that thought the same way they did. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's the truth. That's why they lost that case, because the world seen that. You know, my son lost his life on because he was a black man. And then y'all bring the same thing to that case. Come on. They really crippled their own self with that.
Well, what was your response when you heard Kevin Gall mention he didn't want any black pastors and he had to recognize Reverend Jesse Jackson and Reverend Al Sharpton in the audience?
Oh Lord, I just really couldn't believe it. You bringing that kind of stuff to a courtroom? That people that praying, trying to bring peace in all races. You know, praying is something black people lived off all our life. So when you said about pastors coming to the courtroom, that just really showed me how far you trying to put this world in. You trying to put this world back 400 years again. No, you just really good God, I really just couldn't understand why he just was on that racial thing so bad like this. And you already see your client, the one killed my son on racialness. Come on.
Do you think that he didn't, even though there's a lot of issues in the black community and across the world, I think he didn't really believe that regardless of what goes on, that when we know that we are right and some justice is for us, that he just don't see that sometimes we put things aside and come together and, uplift each other,
Yes. That I just like how our people ride together. You know, all races ride together on this case here, because they know that was wrong what those 3 men did. And you know, black and white people pulled together. They just let you know they didn't want this in our community. Because if they found them fellas not guilty, where that would have set this community at? Because they put a bad name on this community when they did something like that. Because this is our community. This was all our business that we didn't get this conviction on these 3 men. You know, no man in our neighborhood with that. You know, we all got to live in this hood together. So they know we had to do something to those guys to get them out of this hood. We had to get them away from here because it's been so bad. It's been bad on both sides of the race. So you got you got white people riding with us to get this conviction. And you can't sit back and say all white people are bad. All of them not bad. You know, and God showed that when they rallied with us to get this conviction on these three guys.
God surely did show us that, because we all was astonished when we heard 11 whites and 1 black, and we didn't know whether we couldn't see the jury, so we didn't know if they were all men. We just didn't know, even though they were white people, we didn't know whether they were women, men, whatever, in order to understand the conviction of this.
Right.
Mm-hmm. What do you have? What was your feelings, or what was your feeling, and how would you like to respond to the negativity that the defense showed towards Ahmaud, the negative calling them names, just disregard for him being a young black man and a teenager. Well, not a teenager, excuse me for saying that, but a young black man.
Oh, I know she was racist, and I didn't pay her no attention, because when you racist like that, you're really sick. You know, she was a sick woman. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about it, my boy ain't grown up on no post side the bed. Growing up, he always had everything he needed. Through his mama, me, his sisters, his brothers, them, his family. He had everything he needed. If he wanted a $500 pair of shoes, he got it. So I didn't pay that no attention. I know that lady was racist, and she was trying to they really were desperate. They were trying to find the fence and thought the jury was going to buy that. But what them racial clown of yo did, them three, the jury wouldn't buy that. Tell you.
Mm-hmm. But they thought that they would feed that to the jury by, they always give a description about how we look, and that, we do things extra exceptional opposed to other people, about how fast he ran, and they try to make it a big thing because he didn't have any socks on, but we all walk around sometimes and don't wear socks, you know what I'm saying? So that's not a big thing, because she made this statement about that it was his own choices, that made that fatal day, that time. Like, he wasn't supposed to go into that neighborhood. He should have known that it was off limits to blacks.
This is a free country. You can go any way you want to go at. Mm-hmm. And a racial white man or woman can tell me where I need to go at. And then who gives you the right to say that just because I'm a black, whether I live or die? That's what those three racial white men did.
Yes.
You can't do that in life. You not know. You ain't gave my boy no life to take his life. It ain't your job to decide whether he live or die. Oh, no.
And they were especially irritated because he didn't answer to them when they called out his name. Well, they didn't call out his name, but they wanted him to stop, and they wanted to talk to him, so he didn't have a right. He had a human right not to answer them in response to him calling them, because he didn't know them.
That's right. Y'all was screaming to him, and then you racist. And then you came at him wrong. You don't go talk to no young man with no gun, no how. A 12-gauge shotgun and a 357, man. Mm-hmm. Like that. Come on. You don't go talk to nobody like that. If you want to talk, go empty hand and talk to him, like, because he's a man. He was a young man, a human being. He wasn't no animal, no wild animal. You go with a 12-gauge shotgun and a 357, man. Something you take an elephant down. And if anybody know about guns, they know a 357 man will blow your head clean off. I've been in guns all my life. I know what them guns will do to you. But I tell you one thing, I know about them, but I ain't going around here killing innocent people because of skin color or all that crazy stuff. I'm not racist. But I tell you one thing, all black people better get educated about it. You better know what's going on around you so you can know how to handle it. When people racial like that, they're going to always trying to find a way to kill you for nothing. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you. That's how they roll. They're going to try to make it look like you broke the law just to kill you. That's the truth. Mm-hmm. It's the truth out here, and they better educate themselves with this racism going on.
Mm-hmm. What is
another thing? I don't mean to cut you off, my baby, but this was on my chest, and I want to know it because you real, and you putting it out there, and you want people to know what's going on. They better investigate that Travis Michael. They say he was a Coast Guard. They better investigate and see how many black people he done drowned out in that water. Because when you're racial like that, you think he's going to save a black life? Come on. Come on. He's not going to do it. They better investigate that. get on some investigating about how many black people you let drown in that Coast Guard. They get in these spots just to be against black people. You think he be a Coast Guard gonna throw an anchor out there to save a black life when he racist? Come on.
Mm. What was your opinion of Judge Wapsley? Did you think he controlled the courtroom and handled the case professionally? How did you like how he handled the courtroom
I love
and the defendants?
He did a great job. He kept it professional. He didn't take no side. He just did his job, and I wish all judges would do that. If all judges do that, it's a lot of this hate crime will never exist in this town. You got racist judges. They the black of the eye. They when they see whites doing stuff, they be on their team. You know what I'm saying? You got judges wearing a Ku Klux Klan robe. I'm telling you, but that judge was straight fair. He didn't, because they tried everything to get a mistrial. They couldn't get no mistrial because they didn't have no defense ground. When you run somebody down and block them off in trucks and stuff like that, how can you say it's self-defense? You can't call that no self-defense. Come on. That's how stupid they were. That's how stupid those three racial white men were. They talking about self-defense when you run somebody down. That's not no self-defense. Come on.
It seemed like they were their own police in their own neighborhood because everybody in the neighborhood had a gun. Everybody had a gun in the neighborhood. They all had a Facebook page where they communicated with each other and they could text each other when they seen somebody they didn't recognize or know. They had an ongoing communication and everybody had security cameras and everybody had a gun.
Yeah, everybody had a gun. But guess what? All of them were race out there. But I tell you one thing, God pulled a hat on all of them. I'm telling you, all that race stuff, the devil don't never win no race. Oh, they was the devil. And where they got with that at? The devil does not win no race. I'm telling you, with all that hate like that there, you would not survive in this world with that. So it's a lot of them back there with that race stuff. They better get it together. Because it's a lot of answers they're going to have to answer them. I'm telling you.
I know you can't say anything but good things about prosecutor Miss Linda.
Yes, she is marvelous. She done a job that I ain't seen a prosecutor do in a long time. I'm talking about, she was bad to the bone. I got to give that sister credit. She was bad to the bone. She stripped them apart. She laid her evidence out there and showed the jury that, hey, you can't do nothing but find all these guilty. Because she laid the evidence out there too.
I like the way that she ran down the questions to Travis and all of his answers were no, 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 no.
Thank you.
About how Ahmaud approached him. And when he answered no to all of those questions,
he hung himself.
Yes. And
he's so hard. Oh God. Oh God.
And he said it, and I have the feeling that he took it arrogantly when he went up on the stand because he just knew that having 11 whites and 1 black, that this case would not go, for a conviction. He just knew that it wouldn't go for a conviction. So it sounded like he was kind of arrogant up on that stage.
Yeah. And this time, I know they thought they were gonna get away with killing my son, all 3. Because this time I looked at them laughing in the courtroom. I looked at all 3 of them. Y'all don't murder. I'm sitting up in there laughing.
They were laughing?
Yes. I looked right at them. Y'all done killed my son, and y'all sitting up in the courtroom laughing. You, your dad, and Rodney. It's sometimes I caught them laughing. They thought they were gonna get away with it, but I bet you one thing, the devil ain't laughing no more.
Is it any evidence that you heard? Is it any evidence that you thought should have been used that wasn't used?
Yes. I my family know here in Brunswick. It's some white people tell me that them white Mike was so racist, but when you're born and that stuff, ain't nothing you can do about it. Say the son was racist that he didn't want to be around no black. I'm talking about, I had white brothers come telling me, and they say, man, if I have to get on the stand to testify and prove and tell the world this, I do it. I had a white brother that come to me and tell me this. Say, man, if y'all need me, I get on the stand and tell how racist him and the daddy was.
Do
I'm
you
telling
can you speak about any evidence that you know about that was not used in the in court during the trial?
speak about some evidence that they didn't use.
Yes. Was there any evidence that you knew that they could have used and they didn't use during the trial?
Yeah, because he ran through there all the time, and they didn't mention that because that's where he worked out there and ran through there, and the dad and the son planted that. They already planted that because they see him run through there all the time. So they had to they were scraping up a game plan to find a way to get away with it, try to make it look like he broke the law or something and did something wrong. So they had an excuse to kill him. So the son and the dad already planted that, and so that man, I don't know what his name was that point, they say point him out. So he was a nut. He should have been in jail too because he was down.
Diego.
Yep. Yeah.
Diego. What's his name? Diego?
Diego. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yes. I feel they should arrest him too and put him right beside the Mike Michael because he's just a guilty deal.
What are you saying that when he pointed his finger in an emotion, you know, they said he did some kind of motion to alert the McMichaels or
yeah, he just a guilty deal.
Mhm.
So it's a lot of evidence they left out. He's supposed to be in jail charged too.
Mhm.
Yep. Tried with a Bible.
Mhm.
I'm telling you.
Is there any new details that you heard in the case that you were just hearing for the first time?
It's a lot of stuff I heard about it, but it didn't deprive me because when you're racial like that, it didn't deprive me. But I'm just thanking God we got the guilty verdict on it.
They got the word out that Jacob Johnson was going with the Mike Michael.
Yeah. And you ain't heard the other thing. Say the dad was going with Jackie Johnson.
Say what now?
Say the dad was going with Jackie Johnson as the girlfriend and boyfriend. They were going together.
So
yeah.
But that wasn't what I'm asking you is it any evidence that you heard during the trial that was new to you that you didn't hear prior to the trial?
Yeah, it's quite a few things that I didn't hear that I'm just finding out now too. But it didn't deprive me because I already know. Me and my brother, we already know what time was.
Can you name one thing that was new to you that you heard that you didn't hear prior to the trial?
Yeah, I can name it's some people really seen what happened and they ain't stepped forward and told the truth back there. They was trying to help the Michaels. I'm telling you, so they just as worse as they is.
So they're neighbors. They were neighbors in the community.
Right.
That knew the whole thing and didn't come out.
Didn't come out. Yep. Because the Michaels had them scared. Like the Michaels, I found out went down there where they killed my son at, them shot went through that window. They went down there and threatened that family and told them no, you step further and say that. So they just were bad in the hood. And they don't understand when people that got that much hate on them, and you ain't sticking with them, you threatening them too. So it's a chance they could have killed them too. So hey, they was in danger their own self. Because those people that were bad all the way around. When they threaten you like that, it's a chance they'll come and kill you too. Come on.
Is it anything that you heard that was surprising to you?
No, not one thing about it, when I know you're racial like that, there ain't nothing surprising me. I dealt with racism before, but I never thought it'll go in my family by my children. Right. But I wasn't talking about you bothering me at all. Because I dealt with it all my life and I dealt with it. But I know what to expect out you. It didn't worry me bothering me. But when you go to bother my children, you got a problem there. That's the only problem that it bothered me back there.
What you all were able to see the jurors, so they were in the courtroom. We just couldn't see them on the TV.
The juror?
Yes.
Yeah, the juror was in there.
Yeah. Were all of do you think all the jurors were attentive to the evidence that was going on? Did they show any kind of body language? Because I knew they couldn't talk. Did they show any body language, different emotions while the trial was going off that you would think that they would doubt it or they were believing what they were hearing?
Oh yeah, they showed body language because they looked at that video about 5 times. Yeah, they were hiding their face from it. The jury didn't want to see it no more. They didn't want to see that no more. They hide their face when they see the shooting and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, they know that stuff that was terrible what them racial people done. I'm telling you, 25-year-old kid, you know, that's what really bothers my family so bad. And they think they done something right when you're doing stuff like that with all that hate.
Right. So you said some of the jurors were covering their face when they were showing the video too many times?
Yes, they didn't want to see nothing like that. They crying and all that because they looking at that's a kid. That could have been my kid. I'm telling you, when people hate that bad like that, they'll do any kid. And a lady say the son told the dad one time, say, hey, if you don't do something with that boy, he gonna kill somebody. Because a white lady said the boy, her son beat us, her boy had to death. Jumped on him and beat him up real bad. Said if you don't do something with that boy gonna kill somebody.
Travis beat up a boy. What race was the boy?
It was a white boy. Yeah.
Did you think that? How do you think? What was the time frame that you thought the juries deliberated? Did you think they took too long, too short of a time, or do you think they did what they were supposed to that they did what they were supposed to in the time frame that they did it?
Yes, they did what they're supposed to do. They did their job. They know doggone well they got to make things right. You got to, when the evidence dead there for you, you couldn't do nothing but hand that guilty verdict down. Because I'm gonna tell you something, this is our city. We don't need that in our city. But trust what I tell you, it's plenty more Michael I here. It's plenty more. They hide behind stuff. But I tell you one thing, everybody business got to point them out. We got to clean these people up so this world can be a good place for all people to live in. I'm telling you, when they bad like that there, if you ain't like that, point them out. Don't sit there and let them do stuff till they do something and get, you know, when a life ain't coming back.
Right.
When you take a life, it ain't coming back. That's why we got this thing up. I'm telling you, when you see them racial like that, they'll point them out. Let people know before they do something double staging.
Realize the white people got the business, but the black people support it to make their money.
Yes. You got to understand, black people supporting white people business, bringing them business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why this community is ours. You see something bad like that, you got to point it out. Don't let people around bad like that. You see how Jackie Johnson did all them years with that salsa man? All you had to do is get rid of that man. These people been living. You letting this man back out the back door. This man don't want to kill people this time. I'm telling you, come on.
Did each juror sound confident, or did they sound confident when they read their each individual verdict? Because the judge asked them twice, is this your verdict? And is this what you want to say? Did they all seem like they were confidently giving their verdict? Did any hesitate?
They were confident and sure. Yes, they was. I never seen an all-white jury and one black was so much confident that I really couldn't believe it. I'm telling you. That just let you know they didn't want this in their town. It's our town here. You know, everybody know everybody in this town. We don't need that kind of stuff in our town. I'm telling you.
And then my last question is, now that this part of the trial is over, how do you think Brunswick will recover? And this, I have more than one question to that main topic. How do you think Brunswick will recover?
Oh, it's gonna be a rough road, but we can recover. With God help, we can recover. We got to stick together though, and we got to make sure nothing like this here don't happen no more. Because this set Brunswick back many years with something like this. Because this town was too little for something like that. I'm telling you. But we gonna get over it though. We're gonna get together, because one thing about it, we ain't got to worry about those three no more. That's the blessing from God. We ain't got to worry about those three hurting no more African American people no more. Because that dad and that son did enough, and Jackie Johnson did enough. We ain't got to worry about them hurting African American people no more.
Do you think that some white folks who thought differently prior to the trial has a change of, I'm just asking your opinion, Do you think they have a change of mind now and see where we've been saying all along before videos came out, how we were fighting for this type of justice all along?
Yeah, so it's a lot of the one that ain't racist. I'm being real with it.
Mm-hmm.
The one that ain't racist always know when something ain't right, you know. But the racist one, they're gonna stick with their gun because you know they stacked on that racist, so ain't nothing you can do but just pray to God for them. Believe me, God gonna deal with them racist ones. So,
Mm-hmm. So how do you think this will affect the other states across the country here? From state to state, how do you think by us winning this trial, do you think that it will have a domino effect across the states?
no, I don't think it will. I just think that they looking at, hey, white man getting found guilty for killing a black man now. So they thinking now.
Mm,
Huh, huh,
mm,
huh. You ain't getting away with it no more.
Well, honey, tell them how the police start stopping the black people.
But you got police still trying to around here. They're still trying to arrest black people because they're mad. They're mad because they've been exposed. But I tell all black of African America, don't let them get you in a spot where you're uncomfortable at. Don't stop till you see a bunch of people. I'm telling you. And if they're trying to stop you down the road by themselves, you better keep going till you see a bunch of people. So somebody see what they're doing. I'm telling you.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, Mr. Arbery, thank you for coming on again. I know that the federal race trial is coming up in February. And I won't keep you on too long when that trial comes, but if you can come back after that trial in February and let me know, your update on it and about how you feel about it, based on the conviction and everything that goes down.
I swear.
And so I wish you all the best, all Godspeed and blessing for you and your family through this holiday season. I know it can't be easy, but I thank you for being the man that you are and hanging in there and for all
Thank
the
you.
support that you're getting.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. And until the next time, peace and love.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.